Hey everyone, I want to do a quick demo of a command line tool that I built. I've been using it a lot and I really think it's awesome. So what you do is you type in aicommit, that's the name of the command, and once you do that, in any Git repo that you have, it will suggest a bunch of possible commit messages for you. So in this case, I've been working on some stable diffusion stuff and it's suggesting a few things. Do that. And you'll see that it's successfully committed. I'm going to show you how to install it real quick. So if you need to have pip on your system, if you don't have pip or Python, make sure to install it. You can find instructions pretty easily from Googling. And then you do pip install aicommit. And this will fetch it from PyPy and install it on your system. And now that we have it, we can do it. The first time, it was going to ask you for your OpenAI key, API key, and all you have to do is paste it in. So here, I've pasted mine in, and then it works. So it does a bunch of cool things. It shows you 5 suggestions for different commit messages. You can take one of these and then you can go edit them as well. So let's say I don't like it saying Laura.py, I can say fix Laura, and then do add missing stub. And once I hit enter, it will commit with that message successfully. Cool, nice. So what thing to note is it takes the diff, including all your unstaged changes as well. I tend to not use staging at all in Git, so it's a great workflow that works for me. But if you want to do something different, the code for this is open source, so you can go modify it as you want. And if you don't want to have diffs from not staged changes, you can get rid of it and whatnot. So that's a quick overview. And if you're looking for where to find your API key, what you have to do is once you log in to OpenAI, go to your top right, hit view API keys, and you should be able to create or generate a new one. Another tool that I built as I was working on this was essentially a way to analyze an entire repo, because I wanted to see how good these commit messages were compared to the actual commit messages that people had put in. And so this one is also included in the same repo on GitHub as linked below. What you have to do is just run scan repo, and to set this up, you need to provide a .env where you put in your API key as well as the GitHub or whatever Git URL you have for your repo. In this case, I'm looking at a VS Code extension that I wrote a little while ago for ChatGPT, and this essentially outputs a CSV of the actual commit message as well as 5 suggestions. And what I did was I took this and moved this to a Google Sheets, and then I rated the commit messages that the AI generated against the commit messages that I had originally put in. So here you see the original commit message, and here are the AI commit messages. And then I look through all of these, and then I find out which ones I preferred my original commit message. So in some cases, I was working on an overall feature where the goal was to get streaming working, and none of the suggestions really describe that, because if you just give it a diff to the AI, it's going to focus on the changes in the diff. It doesn't quite understand the larger project that you're undertaking. So it makes sense that you would prefer a commit message that you originally put in. So I added all this up, and in this repo of 58 commits, about 18 of them I preferred the commits that I wrote versus the ones that the AI suggested. But that's pretty good. It's about 70%, and especially as I showed you, when you do AI commit, if there were some changes, it would show you essentially a bunch of possible suggestions. So you can edit the changes, and I think even in these 18 cases where I did not quite like the suggestions that the AI gave me, I could have modified it to work. So yeah, I think this is actually super useful. In the last couple weeks or 3 weeks since I've built this extension, I have actually used it quite a bit and for the bulk of my workflow, maybe even when I'm committing, and it works really well. So yeah. And you can read this blog post that I wrote for more details and possible improvements and failure modes and such. I won't go into that in too much detail in this video, but I will link this blog post in the video description as well. So thank you for checking this out. I hope you have fun using this tool, and I hope it makes it easier for you to commit more frequently and just easier to use Git generally. I know Git can be pretty gnarly sometimes, so anything to make it easier and more fun to use. Check out the repo here. I will link this as well in the notes below. Thank you.